Have you ever felt a sudden urge to help someone or change direction in life? Did you wonder where that thought came from? Many people believe these moments are how God speaks through our minds and guides us. This video explores this fascinating topic, looking at how divine communication might work and how we can tune into it. Let's start by considering the concept of divine communication. The idea that God can speak to us through our thoughts is found in many spiritual traditions. It's not about hearing an actual voice, but rather experiencing thoughts, feelings, or intuitions that seem to come from beyond ourselves. These messages can take many forms: a sudden realization, a persistent idea, or a deep sense of knowing. Recognizing God's voice in our minds can be tricky. How do we tell the difference between our own thoughts and divine guidance? Many people describe God's voice as calm, clear, and loving. It often brings a sense of peace, even when the message is challenging. Divine guidance tends to align with good values and promotes growth, kindness, and love. It doesn't cause fear or pressure, but rather offers gentle direction. Interestingly, science has started to explore the brain activity associated with spiritual experiences. Studies have shown that prayer and meditation can activate certain areas of the brain associated with focus, empathy, and intuition. While this doesn't prove divine communication, it suggests that our brains are capable of processing information in ways that go beyond our everyday thinking. Throughout history, people have reported receiving guidance from God. These stories span cultures and religions, showing how universal this experience can be. Many of these individuals acted on the guidance they received, often leading to significant positive changes in their lives or the lives of others. If you want to improve your ability to hear divine guidance, there are practical steps you can take. Creating quiet time for reflection is crucial. This could involve meditation, prayer, or simply sitting in silence. The key is to calm your mind and create space for deeper thoughts to surface. Some people find it helpful to journal or go for walks in nature. Of course, there are obstacles to overcome when trying to listen for divine guidance. Doubt and fear can make us second-guess what we're experiencing. External distractions and pressures can also drown out the subtle voice of intuition. It's important to be patient with yourself and practice regularly to build your ability to tune in. The benefits of following divine guidance can be profound. Many people report improved decision-making and a greater sense of purpose in life. They feel more connected to something larger than themselves and more confident in navigating life's challenges. This doesn't mean life becomes perfect or easy, but rather that there's a sense of being supported and directed. Developing a stronger connection to divine guidance is an ongoing process. Regular spiritual practices can help, whether that's prayer, meditation, studying spiritual texts, or engaging in acts of service. Building trust in the guidance you receive is also important. This often involves taking small steps based on the insights you receive and observing the results. Taking action on divine messages can be challenging. It might involve stepping out of your comfort zone or making changes in your life. Start with small steps and be open to where they lead. Remember that growth often involves some discomfort, but trust that you're being guided towards what's best for you. When we follow divine guidance, it can create a ripple effect that impacts others. Your actions might inspire someone else or lead to unexpected positive outcomes. This is how small personal changes can contribute to larger positive shifts in the world. Listening to divine guidance can be a powerful tool for personal growth. It can help develop wisdom and discernment as you learn to distinguish between different types of thoughts and motivations. Over time, this process can strengthen your faith and deepen your spiritual connection. It's natural to have some skepticism about the idea of divine communication. It's important to balance faith with critical thinking. Question your experiences, but also be open to possibilities beyond your current understanding. Remember that spirituality is a personal journey, and what works for one person might not work for another. Finding a community of like-minded individuals can be helpful on this journey. Sharing experiences with others who are also exploring divine guidance can provide support, insights, and encouragement. Some people also find it beneficial to seek out spiritual mentors or guides who can offer wisdom and perspective. As we wrap up, let's recap the key points we've covered. Divine guidance is believed to come through our thoughts and intuitions. Recognizing it involves paying attention to thoughts that bring peace, align with good values, and promote growth. Science is beginning to study the brain activity associated with spiritual experiences. Throughout history, people have reported receiving and acting on divine guidance. To improve your ability to hear divine guidance, create quiet time for reflection, be patient with yourself, and practice regularly. Overcome obstacles like doubt and distractions by staying committed to your spiritual practices. The benefits can include better decision-making and a greater sense of purpose. Developing a stronger connection involves regular spiritual practices and building trust in the guidance you receive. Taking action on divine messages often starts with small steps. Remember that following guidance can have a positive ripple effect on others and contribute to your personal growth. It's okay to approach this topic with a balance of faith and critical thinking. Find a supportive community to share your experiences and learn from others. Remember, this is a personal journey, and it's okay if your experience differs from others. In conclusion, the idea that God speaks through our minds and guides us is a profound and potentially life-changing concept. It invites us to listen more deeply to our inner world and consider the possibility of a divine presence in our lives. Whether you're new to this idea or have been exploring it for years, there's always more to discover. As you go about your day, try to be more aware of your thoughts. Notice if any seem to come from a place of deep wisdom or love. Practice creating quiet moments to listen. Be open to guidance that might come in unexpected ways. Remember, this is a journey of exploration and growth. The process of tuning into divine guidance is deeply personal and can take time. Be patient with yourself and approach it with an open mind and heart. You might be surprised by what you discover when you start paying attention to the subtle messages in your mind. Consider keeping a journal of your experiences. Write down thoughts or intuitions that seem significant, and then observe how they play out in your life. Over time, you might start to see patterns or gain insights into how divine guidance works for you personally. It's important to note that divine guidance isn't about receiving a detailed roadmap for your life. Often, it's more like a gentle nudge in a certain direction or a feeling of peace about a decision. Learning to trust these subtle cues is part of the process. Remember that seeking divine guidance doesn't mean abdicating personal responsibility. It's about combining your own wisdom and efforts with openness to higher guidance. You still need to think critically, make decisions, and take action. Some people worry that the idea of divine guidance conflicts with science or rational thinking. However, many find that it complements their logical side, providing insights that enhance rather than replace reason. It's about expanding your sources of information and wisdom. As you explore this topic, you might encounter skepticism from others. That's okay. Everyone has their own beliefs and experiences. Focus on what rings true for you and be respectful of others' perspectives. Your journey is unique to you. It's also worth noting that divine guidance often aligns with our deepest values and hopes for the world. It tends to encourage kindness, compassion, and positive action. If you receive a message that seems harmful or goes against your core values, it's wise to question its source. Some people find that their ability to perceive divine guidance grows stronger during challenging times. When faced with difficult decisions or life transitions, they might feel a stronger connection to a higher wisdom. These moments can be opportunities for growth and deepening faith. Integrating divine guidance into your daily life can lead to a sense of living with greater purpose and authenticity. You might find yourself making choices that align more closely with your true self and your highest ideals. This can bring a deep sense of fulfillment and peace. It's common to go through periods where divine guidance seems clear and others where it feels absent. This ebb and flow is normal. During quieter times, focus on maintaining your spiritual practices and trust that guidance will come when needed. Some people worry about becoming too reliant on divine guidance and not trusting their own judgment. However, most find that true divine guidance enhances their own wisdom rather than replacing it. It's about partnership, not dependency. As you become more attuned to divine guidance, you might notice changes in how you relate to others. Many people find they become more compassionate and understanding, seeing the divine potential in everyone they meet. Remember that divine guidance often comes in the form of opportunities or coincidences. Stay alert to unexpected encounters, invitations, or ideas that come your way. Sometimes, what seems like a random event could be a nudge in a new direction. It's also worth considering how your understanding of divine guidance might evolve over time. What you perceive as guidance now might be different from what you recognized in the past or will recognize in the future. Stay open to growth and new perspectives. Many people find that as they pay more attention to divine guidance, they become more aware of the interconnectedness of all things. They might notice patterns or synchronicities that suggest a larger plan at work in the world. It's important to approach the idea of divine guidance with humility. While we might receive insights or direction, we don't have all the answers. Be open to continual learning and growth, and be willing to admit when you're unsure. Some find it helpful to create rituals or practices that help them tune into divine guidance. This could be as simple as starting each day with a moment of quiet reflection, asking for guidance. Find what works for you and make it a regular part of your routine. As you explore this topic, you might find your worldview shifting. Many people report feeling a greater sense of trust in the universe and less anxiety about the future. This doesn't mean life becomes problem-free, but rather that challenges are seen from a different perspective. It's worth noting that divine guidance often leads us to grow beyond our comfort zones. It might encourage us to face fears, heal old wounds, or take on new challenges. While this can be uncomfortable, it often leads to significant personal growth and positive change. Remember that the goal isn't to become perfect at hearing divine guidance, but rather to open yourself to a deeper wisdom and love. It's a lifelong journey of growth, learning, and connection. As we conclude this exploration of how God speaks through our minds and guides us, take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. Have you felt moments of unexpected clarity or direction? How might you open yourself more fully to divine guidance in your life? Remember, this journey is unique for each person. What matters most is your sincere desire to connect with a higher wisdom and your willingness to listen and respond. Trust in your ability to recognize truth and goodness, and have faith that you are being guided towards your highest good. As you move forward, carry with you the understanding that you are not alone in navigating life's challenges and decisions. Whether you call it God, the universe, or simply a higher wisdom, there is a source of guidance available to you. Stay open, stay curious, and trust in the process of your own spiritual growth. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of divine guidance. May you find peace, purpose, and direction as you continue on your journey.